Jambo, dear listeners. Welcome to Elimu FM, where education meets entertainment. We have something truly extraordinary to share with you today. There is a wonderful educational project happening right now in the heart of Zanzibar, and we are thrilled to take you on this inspiring journey. Are you ready to dive into this exciting broadcast? Let's kick things off with a heartwarming segment featuring Good Neighbors. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss a moment.
Zanzibar is renowned for its rich culture, kind people, and natural beauty. With a diverse economy featuring renowned spices, bountiful fishing, and vibrant tourism, Zanzibar has its own educational curriculum different from those of the mainland. Secondary education in Zanzibar is provided free of charge, which contributes to a relatively high enrollment rate compared to other African countries. And this is what brings us to today's focus conversation. How do we shape our education system in a way that equips students with the skills and knowledge they need to build Zanzibar's future? The low academic achievement in basic subjects of secondary school students in Zanzibar is viewed as a significant problem, for it leads to issues of dropout and failure to progress. Zanzibar education is facing diverse challenges. There are inside and outside factors like considering the whole segment which penetrates students, teachers, parents, and community members who are education main stakeholders.
Also, there was a limited awareness on the importance of secondary education, and some of the students used to drop out because they thought it's difficult to go to school, and also, there was most of the students didn't like science, mathematics, and English subjects because they found it difficult. And the reason is that they could not communicate effectively in English, because the medium of instruction for the secondary education is English, with the exception of Kiswahili language or language subjects.
For there is not enough high-quality educational content for the students, those who cannot receive private education are limited in their access to high-quality education opportunities. In situations where textbooks and learning materials are insufficient and students in underdeveloped areas with significant physical distances and poor infrastructure, as well as students who need special support, are restricted in their access to the internet or media such as TV, and consequently do not receive high-quality educational content. In addition to that, Good Neighbors and KOICA observed that to improve their educational performance, they needed the right environment to produce and make quality contents.
Other factors is like the community itself. The community itself. In our education reform, the report tells us that community is not so much engaged with the education of their children. They should feel a part or understand that they are the part of the education of their children and not only the Ministry of Education or only teachers or only schools.
Especially during the COVID period, it was observed that the education system needs new approach for its improvement.
COVID brought a lesson to the whole world, not only Zanzibar, especially in the sector of education. All students who were at school at that time, they could not get access of learning, all students at that time, because school was closed. And if school was closed, and there is no another means of for them to meet teachers or to contact teachers, that means they were all not getting their right of education. So all students didn't get their right at that time, so they had to stay at home.
So Good Neighbors have found that radio education is the best solution to improve Zanzibar's education. Good Neighbors, a global NGO specializing in children's rights, offered media education through radio broadcasting as a solution to Zanzibar's various educational difficulties, and collaborated with KOICA on a 3-year project called Strengthening the Capacity of Secondary Education through Radio Educational Broadcasting in Zanzibar, Tanzania, briefly called the Secondary Radio Education SRE project. It was obvious that the radio was the most used media throughout all areas of Zanzibar, and due to that reason, radio was selected to resolve the educational problems the secondary school students were experiencing in Zanzibar. This project was carried out in 3 parts to improve the academic achievement of Zanzibar's secondary school students. The main goal for the project is to improve academic ability in general secondary education in Zanzibar, especially in Form 4, with specific goal for increasing 1.8% of graduation test per year. The first section is about the radio education content production and transmission, followed by the establishment of a sustainable educational content production environment, and lastly, improving the awareness of secondary education in the local community. Now, let's take a look at the activities of Good Neighbors, which aim to improve the academic performance of secondary school students in Zanzibar by producing and broadcasting high-quality educational radio programs. Firstly, Good Neighbors has produced high-quality educational contents with KMEC, which known as HRC.
Happy Radio Class is a special program designed to produce educational content based on curriculum of Zanzibar. And this year, 80 content have been produced, which make number of 190 content of educational in 3 years of SRE project. Happy Radio Class focus on 5 subjects, which is chemistry, biology, mathematics, English, and physics. Happy Radio Class designed to improve quality of secondary school education in Zanzibar, but also to reduce low performance among the students of Zanzibar. Happy Radio Class is produced and broadcasted through KMEC.
Under the Ministry of Education and Vocational Training in Zanzibar, the KMEC is responsible for producing educational content using media such as radio and TV. KMEC stands for Kwarara Media Education Center, which was established in 2017 and opened by President of Zanzibar, Dr. Ali Mohammed Shein at that time. Since then, KMEC had various meaningful tasks and projects. Till now, they're making TV and radio contents, even broadcasting through Elimu FM.
So here is Elimu FM. The channel was officially launched by 19 September 2022. Another thing to know is that all the content that we prepare here at KMEC for Elimu FM come from Ministry of Education curriculum. The production of the content starts by script writing.
After script writing, the production process is as follows: script review, technical curriculum review, recording, editing, reviewing, re-editing.
And the final product is going to be broadcasted through Elimu FM, 97.5 for Nguja and 105.7 for Pemba.
Good Neighbors have developed educational materials with ZIE and also distributed learning tools to 20 pilot schools to help students and teachers with academic performance.
Through this project, we developed supplementary book for students and teacher's guide. The reason for develop this book is to assist the student to learn through the media way and give option the student to listening the program and reading this material. The development of this supplementary book takes long process, which started from March to October. And this is started from the subject writer, subject reviewer, and then get the evaluation and approval from Zanzibar Institute of Education. After the production of this supplementary book, we distribute to 20 pilot schools. So for each school from 2022 up to 2023, each school got 400 books, supplementary books.
Teacher's guide were also distributed to pilot schools. Utilize this resource as to help them through learning the media way and support their learning habits and improve their performance during the examination.
Normally, we do this radio distribution activity to support students who have special needs to get access to radio, which they may use in their learning activities. And since the first year of the project up to the third year, we managed to distribute a total number of 1,800 radios in those of our pilot schools. The current procedure which is used is by borrowing radios to those students in our pilot schools, in which they required to writing their name into logbook, and after using it, they have to return back so that to give the chance other students to borrow and use it. By doing this way, it is possible for us to know how radio is used and managed by the student outside the school.
To make quality educational contents, we have to come up with the professional skills for production. So for this, Good Neighbors has provided reinforcement training to KMEC for making quantitative and qualitative educational contents.
KMEC reinforcement training is special training which focuses on improving overall production skills of the participant. Since the participant's main work is to produce the content, KMEC reinforcement training focus on expertising their ability on making them. The training main focus is script writing and reviewing, program editing, program recording, broadcasting, media house, and equipment management.
Each year, the reinforcement training was conducted with the different focal areas. In the first year, it was mainly about learning the basics of radio. In the second year, it was focused on strengthening the expertise according to each areas. Lastly, in the third year, since it was in the closing period, the training focused on making the action plan for sustainability. Apart from training, equipment was provided in Unguja and Pemba to ensure the smooth production of educational radio content.
At the start of the SRE project, Good Neighbor planned to replace outdated equipment and provide additional support. In KMEC studio in Unguja, 16 types of equipment were supported with 2 generators, 1 desktop computer, 2 headphones, and more. Also, in KMEC studio at Pemba, 43 types of equipment were supported, including 1 generator, 2 computer desktop, monitor speaker, and more. In total of 59 equipment were supported in KMEC studio in Unguja and Pemba. Not only that, but also additional equipment like radio filter were supported accordingly for the clear transmission of Elimu FM in Pemba area.
The KMEC radio editing room and studio were remodeled to address educational disparities. In the first year, the KMEC radio editing room in Unguja was remodeled. And in the second and third year, the KMEC studio in Pemba was remodeled. Through the remodeling of Radio Studio in Pemba, the radio contents producing and listening environment in the Pemba region have improved. This holds great significance in addressing the educational disparities between Unguja and Pemba. For KMEC's sustainability, Radio Edu Contents Production Manual was developed. The manual production for KMEC education broadcasting contents was developed to provide an overview of the productions and establish its own work standards so that it can continue to produce high-quality contents even after the completion of the project. On the first year of the project, 1 book was published for the manual of the production. Next, on the second year, 17 videos, and on the third year, 12 videos were made related to the previous made manual book. The video manual was made in order to expand the text manual, mainly focusing on how to make educational contents. So in the first year, the managers of KMEC have made the manual, but not on the second and the third year. The professionals of KMEC have participated in person to make the manual tutorial videos. It is viewed that KMEC has laid the foundation to become an educational institution that nurtures next-generation media professionals rather than merely producing and broadcasting contents. Additionally, the Media Education Committee was operated. The Media Education Committee has been organized with the Ministry of Education in Zanzibar, KMEC, and ZIE, among others, in order to enhance community participation in this project and to support the production and broadcasting of high-quality media content. It held monthly meetings for 3 years to gather opinions from various stakeholders involved in the SRE project and to conduct effective media education. Key decisions such as the matters related to the overall media sectors have been guided by the opinions gathered through the Media Education Committee. After-school program were operated at 20 pilot schools to examine the benefit for produced radio educational contents with its supplementary materials. Over 3 years, the after-school program have been conducted at 20 pilot schools with a total of 8 sessions, each lasting 4 weeks.
Baada ya kuja kwa hii program ya after school hapa shuleni kwetu, kuna mabadiliko makubwa sana kwa upande wa wanafunzi ambao kabla ya kuja kwa mradi walikuwa kidogo participation ama ushiriki wa wanafunzi darasani ulikuwa ni mdogo. Imewawezesha wanafunzi katika kujifunza na kuweza kuuliza maswala mbalimbali ambayo yanahusiana na somo husika. Kwa kutumia hii program anaweza akatumia vitabu ambavyo viko supplied akajisomea wakati akiwa nyumbani. Hivyo inawasaidia sana ule uwezo wa mwanafunzi kujifunza na kuweza kujitengenezea notes au manukuu za kwake mwenyewe ambazo zitakuwa ni rahisi kwake kuliko ama ukilinganisha na zile ambazo anapewa tu ama ule mfumo ambao alikuwa akibebeshwa tu kutoka kwa mwalimu. Tumeona baada ya matokeo au baada ya program hii matokeo yataenda kubadilika, yatakuwa mazuri kwa vile mwitikio wa wanafunzi darasani uko vizuri na participation yao imekuwa ya kiwango cha juu zaidi. Pia vile vile ushauri wangu kwa wanafunzi pamoja na walimu ni kwamba waendeleze hii program mashuleni. Hivyo inawajenga pia katika umahiri wao wenyewe kuweza kujisomea na kujifunza katika nyanja mbalimbali.
I do agree that is my performance is increased because after coming this kind of program while I'm in the class, while the teacher is teaching me, I got more time to learn about different things. Before this program come in this school, I was not liking physics. I was afraid of learning it. But after this program, be in our school, after learning different things from our teachers, I got to love to be interested with physics, chemistry, and science subjects. My opinion, according to this program, I may say that I would like to advise my fellow student or my classmate to listen this program in any way.
Pre- and post-tests were administered to measure the performance of students in MSE subjects in the after-school program. The total average score of post-tests have increased 50.73 points in average compared to pre-tests. The e-learning library room was established in the project's second year to expand accessibility to quality education. By creating a hub space where students can learn without being constrained by radio broadcast times, it greatly contributed to the expanding accessibility to quality education for secondary school students. And by placing 400 supplementary books and enough items for 45 people at the same time, it allowed anyone to come and study using them.
As we know that this e-learning room now is very important because of the transformation of our education system. Many of our library users need e-learning resources. Number of our library users increased. Since we opened this project, more than 300 students, they use this room. And even teachers use this room to get knowledge because there are a lot of resources. And sometimes even children, they use this room for listening radio.
Kusoma kupitia hizo radio, hizo program za kutumia radio, inanisaidia sana kupata maarifa zaidi, inanisaidia pia kusoma kwa makini, pia inanisaidia kwa sababu muda mwingine sina haja kutafuta walimu kwa ajili ya kumfundisha. Pia kutumia radio iliyoko hapa library kama ilivyo inasaidia sana kwa sababu mtu zile topic zake zimechambuliwa, kwa hiyo inakusaidia wewe kujua vitu zaidi. Program ambayo imekuwa ni nzuri sana na ni program ambayo inaenda kusaidia wanafunzi wengi kama mimi.
Hey, how are you everyone?
We are fine.
My name is Mwanajuma Makame Ali. I welcome you to the Happy Edu Quiz. For increasing interest in learning of secondary school students in Zanzibar, an educational entertainment program was produced. HEQ, which means Happy Edu Quiz, is a quiz format radio and TV entertainment program resulting in a total of 12 episodes produced annually. It covers a wide range of topics including basic subjects, current affairs, culture, general knowledge, and educational content. The program is delivered in both TV and radio with participation from a total of 96 students across 22 schools every year.
This program can change the learning attitude of the students through different ways. The advantage that we can get, or student can get, this program improves the confidence of the students. Parents or other students who are not here may learn from this program, since this program is online, so they can learn even though they are not here.
Kitu kipya nilichokipata kupitia vipindi hivi vya Happy Edu Quiz. Cha kwanza nimejifunza kitu kimoja kwamba katika Happy Edu Quiz inatuonyesha kwamba tunaweza kutumia teknolojia tehama katika kueneza elimu yetu kwa kufikia kiurahisi katika wanafunzi mbalimbali.
It helps students to change from competition based into action based. Thirdly it makes students to be with confidence. If you participate in Happy Edu Quiz competition, you can make your confidence.
Kwa wale wanaokuwa hawajapata nafasi ya kuja kushiriki huko katika vipindi vya Happy Edu Quiz, ninachowashauri waendelee kutizama kipindi hiki kwa kuwa kinaweza kukujenga hata kama uko nyumbani.
To support teachers in utilizing the radio content in their classes, the workshops on using these guides were conducted. This program focuses on equipping the teachers with knowledge and skills which can help in teaching the students using radio contents in classes. A total of 220 pilot school teachers have participated in the workshop over the 3 years of project. It was conducted with supplementary teaching guides book, which purpose is to make it easier for the teachers to use the radio contents in their classes. Additionally, with school visit classes, which help the teachers to demonstrate in the classroom based on what they have learned.
Yeah, this training is very benefited to us. Even in this training, many teachers now accept that this media using in teaching is very nice and they can help our students. I really appreciate it with my colleagues that this knowledge and skill will help our students at school to learn very well by using media and using their knowledge and skills everywhere they can learn.
after participating in training workshop, as a teacher, I have got many skills as well as 21st century skills.
To raise awareness of secondary education importance in the local community of Zanzibar, an online and offline campaign were conducted in Unguja and Pemba. Those campaigns emphasize that secondary education should be regarded as important within the community. Good Neighbors have done it throughout the 3 years of the project. Additionally, in order to enhance the impact of the campaign, an online version have also been broadcasted.
Kabla ya kupata elimu hii ya vyombo vya habari, ilikuwa sijui kama mtoto vyombo vya habari vinaweza vikamfanya mtoto ajifunze. Lakini baada ya kuipata elimu hii nimeelewa kwamba naweza kumfundisha mtoto wangu au mtoto anaweza akajifunza kupitia vyombo vya habari.
Nimeona kwamba baada ya warsha hii kwamba vina mchango mkubwa katika kufanikisha maendeleo au kuleta maendeleo ya elimu katika jamii zetu. Hivyo basi, napenda kuwashawishi au kuambia wazazi wenzangu kwamba vyombo vya habari hasa radio pamoja na internet vina mchango muhimu sana katika kufikisha elimu kwa watoto wetu.
Baada ya kupata elimu hii, nikifika nyumbani nitahakikisha watoto wangu wanatizama na kufuatilia vipindi hivi na kuhakikisha watavifuatilia vipindi hivi kwa ajili ya elimu zaidi. Na ninaamini watajifunza zaidi na watapata mabadiliko makubwa sana na watabadilika kielimu.
Well, I hope you have got remarkable changes through these projects. Oh, hold on. I just received a wonderful story from Bubwini Secondary School. Farhat Burhan, a student there, got remarkable changes through these projects. Wow, it sounds amazing. Why don't we jump into her story?
Hello, I am Farhat Burhan, a Form 4 student at Bubwini Secondary School. These days, I've been studying by listening to the Happy Radio class. Studying through the radio has made studying enjoyable and has naturally improved my grades significantly. Honestly, it was not like this before. To improve secondary education academic achievement, an educational broadcast that is easily accessible via radio has been created. At our school, we are utilizing the radio educational broadcasts for after-school activities. By listening to the broadcast and engaging in discussion with friends, we find it easier to understand difficult subjects and have started to imagine our futures. Through these projects, secondary education in Zanzibar has undergone many changes.
Wow! Oh my God! Farhat really made it. Congratulations! I am really glad to see those remarkable changes. Oh, but not only this, the project was able to achieve the following outcomes.
LST stands for Listenership Tracking, which was held to check the impact the SRE project has in the region of Zanzibar, especially non-pilot schools. Despite being a new broadcasting station in 2022 through Elimu FM, Happy Radio Class and Happy Edu Quiz have achieved high interest not only by the students of the SRE project pilot schools, but also students from non-pilot schools, although 3% was set as the ideal target. This year, Good Neighbors have ultimately achieved 5.2%, which was 2.2% more than originally planned. Indicators for improvement in learning attitudes towards basic subjects of mathematics, science, and English were measured throughout the project. The baseline survey was held on the first year of the project, resulting in 22.68%. The midline survey was held on the second year, and it has increased through project's contribution, so the result was 26.11%. And the endline survey was held on the third year, resulting in 28.69%. In Form 4, by achieving 49.43% against the target of 39.3%, a success rate of 125.8% was observed through the SRE project.
They have helped us in terms of improving the quality of education. They have empowered the skills and knowledge of our teachers to teach in English. Since the introduction of school radio education, the quality of public schools have been improved. And now, as I said, students can feel less and less fear of English because radio content are produced in English with fun, and they find it quite easy for them to learn. The Good Neighbors have provided meaningful online education content. We have Elim TV, Elim FM, and these are the systems that are actually transmitting the knowledge to our students. The key message to KOICA and Good Neighbors is that they have left a mark, and the work they have supported in Zanzibar is going to continue being implemented for a longer period of time, and they are going to make changes in the lives of our students. Specifically, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Good Neighbors, the management, the staff. Everybody was part and parcel of the ministry. We felt honored to work with the Good Neighbors staff in this country, and I would say, Kamsamida.
Thank you so much, Good Neighbors.
Many thanks for KOICA and Good Neighbor.
I would like to thank Ministry of Education and the Good Neighbor with KOICA.
Ningependa kuwashukuru KOICA pamoja na Good Neighbors walioko Tanzania.
Again, I would like to thank KOICA and Good Neighbor.
Thank you.
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 I want to thank all our listeners for staying with us from the beginning to the end. Thanks to KOICA and Good Neighbors, education in Zanzibar has been changing. We will come back with more good news for Zanzibar education. But before we close our program, shall we shout out our slogan? Here it is. Sikiliza, jifunze, badilika.
Sikiliza, jifunze, badilika.